glad you are joining me. Riley's over there, over yonder. He is having a good time. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have sent in an intense amount of questions, and it is awesome. I hope that you're having a great day today if you're joining. It's been a crazy one for me, and I have loved every second of it. I've gotten to eat some good food. Flights were fun. Arranging travel, being able to be here. It's just a great time overall. Very grateful. We will just start off with the lovely questions. I decided to not include the names of the people that asked the questions to preserve some people's integrity, but I will call you out if you know. Oh my goodness, Mark, especially my older brother, definitely calling you out whenever your question comes up because it's very funny to me. That was awesome. But hello, one viewer, I appreciate that you are here. So for our first question, coming in from the lovely state of Texas, my favorite memory from volleyball game or match. Honestly, it's kind of a collective. I love seeing like little snapshots of whenever whenever either Riley makes a play or Connor has made a play in the past, or anybody like has just done something like vibrant and awesome, and just kind of like looking at people's reactions on the side. I feel like, and how they're engaged and how it's kind of like links to how I would feel in that situation. Really brings me a lot of joy. And that's particularly happened a lot in, we had this exhibition at Third Coast Volleyball. By the way, shout out to Third Coast Volleyball Club. I love y'all so much. That facility is so excellent and awesome. They have done a great job and have really provided a great space for me and Riley to be able to train significantly and just have a ton of fun and pursue the dream, which I've loved to do. So I guess my favorite memory was specifically whenever me and Riley got the opportunity to play my dear friend Chase Frischman and Andy Benesh, who is awesome. Huge fan of both of theirs, and they are absolutely wreaking havoc on the tour this year. Proud of y'all if y'all see this. But we got to be able to play them in this super kind of exhibition thing, and we're successful in that space. But after it was like there were so many people there that were very dear to me and I care about very much, that I got to go and like who kind of congratulated us, and there was a lot of honor and a lot of like really kind reverence that was presented to us that I was very thankful for. So I think that particular match was my favorite overall, and I love it. It's good. Can I see who this is? Can I click it? Oh, that's okay. No worries. But mystery viewer, hello. Happiest volleyball moment is my next question. I have all the questions from Instagram and Facebook written down on my note sheets because I can't use my phone. My happiest volleyball moment. I think it was, oh, hi, Sean. Oh, I love that dude. He's awesome. By the way, Sean Cook, if anyone is watching this, go check out his YouTube. I have learned so much about volleyball from watching his content and from watching the way that he like approaches the game, his pursuit and his like explosiveness in his approach, and his arm swing is disgusting. So if you want to be better at this game, go check out his YouTube. It's like SEAIN Cook. Just type it in the search bar. You will be better at volleyball by the time you are done watching. But happiest volleyball moment had to be, in fact, Brian Malik took a picture of this moment. It was at that same Third Coast tournament I was talking about. And Riley and I had just finished competing. Sean, you're the best. Riley and I had just finished competing, and it was just like I had just pretty much quit all of my jobs in Dallas and super full sent it down to Houston. Had no idea if it would work out. We were successful in this little mini exhibition, and it was just like this moment it was like a super bro hug that I was like really cherished that moment, and it was very like happy and like successful and satisfying moment for me that I really enjoyed. I appreciate y'all asking that question. That was a good one. Next question is, when did you start playing and what made you decide to pursue the AVP and beyond? I started playing in 2015 when my good friend Connor, who I have videos of playing together, he was like, we both played basketball together, and he's been my dear friend since sophomore year of high school. So senior year of high school rolls around, he drags me out to this facility called Russell Creek. It's like a park, and it's just like rocks on the ground, and there was this net that just like sagged like crazy. It was so much fun though. Like the people, the atmosphere, everybody was just tossing balls, hitting balls as hard as they could, barely hit in, but it was just like the environment was so like free, and like everybody was just there to have like as much fun as possible and just to enjoy the people around them. It was just like this, not necessarily carefree because everybody was intense and was trying their best, but it was like, it was addicting how like the freedom of the sport. And then Connor, the same guy, brought me out to this facility called Craig Ranch in McKinney. And we played this like 6-on-6 kind of like beer league. And my love for this sport just super caught fire from there. And then I got to see, so I had seen like the Olympics in 2008. I watched like Phil play with Todd, and they were just unbelievable. But I was just like, that's like unapproachable. Like I had no ability. Oh, thank you, Paulina. Oh, you're the best. Love you too. Yeah, I had just not seen like that there was a connecting route between like beer league sixes in McKinney, Texas, to these Olympic awesome dudes that I really admired. And Phil is just a specimen. And Todd, I love the way that he approaches the game and his mindset. And he has a lot of stuff like with, I could go on a tangent about Todd Rogers for years, but I was like misunderstood as to how those two connected. Like the 6-on-6, there was no roadmap in my mind, but I had a desire to be excellent at a sport that I got from basketball. And I loved like the off the court discipline. I love like the things that it takes to be great. And just like kind of refining and like things that are tough. I enjoy like, I guess, diving in there and proving that I can do it to myself, I guess. But Tim Cesares, who's one of my favorite people, and I hope I did not butcher your last name, but I love you so much. Black Rabbit Volleyball in Dallas. That was the first place, his tournaments was the first place I ever saw anyone play doubles, like 2-on-2, sand. And I was so mind blown. Like my brain was so happy because it was like, oh snap, there are people like developing and pursue, like there's different levels of this game that are ladders to get to where these people were achieving this awesomeness at the Olympic level. And it will just like spark so much hope in my brain, and so much desire to kind of go after it. And I don't know, I had like this system of weeks where I was just like enamored and enthralled with the game. Like it made me so happy to think about like what I could do off the court. Like I would go watch like broadcasts of like Phil Dahlhauser and stuff talking about how he worked on his handsets. He would like sit on the couch for like 5 minutes while he's watching TV and just handset like crazy. I started doing that like crazy. I say like crazy a lot, but it's the best descriptor I know. It addicted me to the hope that I could achieve it. And then my dream was always to achieve it. And so my actions kind of like followed from there. And I knew that the AVP was a step on that, a very large step on that ladder, because that's where Phil garnered a lot of his success and his awesomeness. I also like really desire to go play. There's a tour in South America called Norseca, There's all these European tours. I just want to play it all. I want to play the best people, and I want to be as good as I can be, just because I love it and I love the people of the sport, and I love to just try. Is my favorite. Next question. Did I transition from indoor to beach or start with beach? Okay, this is a good question. So I started with beach volleyball. I came from basketball, played since I was little, and then went straight from basketball to beach. But to say that I didn't get any of what I learned from indoor volleyball would be a lie, because a lot of the people that I watched play beach were very proficient indoor players that I tried to get, understanding and knowledge and discernment on how the body works and how to move the most efficiently and how to communicate power on the court. I learned it from a lot of these indoor guys, like Gianluca Grasso, huge admirer of his arm swing. Sean Smith, the way that he sees the game and the way he approaches the people around him, I really admire the way that he just is as a person. Sean, if you see this, I really love you a lot. You're a great guy. And then, but my personal route has been purely through the beach. But I've gotten to play a couple of indoor tournaments with the people that I admired and grew up watching in the game, which I'm grateful for, and I love it. Next. How do I stay motivated through hardship? This is a great question. I think that deriving hope from what I've already been through, and kind of for me, it's a big I don't know, I base my life a lot on my own personal beliefs. So it's if I believe that God has been faithful to bring me through these things that were really difficult, the thing that I'm presently in, the hardship, he will continue to be faithful in that, and thus I will as well. So I will make it through the hardship. So it's to stay motivated is more like to stay hopeful. But I also had to learn the hard way that I can't just mask being discouraged with fake joy. It's really easy to put a fake smile on going through tough things, which I've definitely done in the past, but I've learned from. And that's actually something my partner Riley is phenomenal at. He's incredibly emotionally intelligent. So whenever he doesn't burden anyone with how he's feeling, but he never masks it, which I think is incredibly admirable and a great quality for anyone to have, because I would rather know something that is going on, but also not be there's a way to balance that encouragement while also being a delight all of the time. So I guess the way to stay motivated is to acknowledge the hardship, to seek the strength and the comfort that you need, to embrace it, believe it, and then push through it courageously. And I'm glad that everybody watching this and who will watch this has done just that through everything that they've been through. I'm proud of you, whoever you are. People, I hope that I know of you or know you, and if not, come say hello at any event, or if you see me, even at the grocery store, just come say hi. I would love that. Next question. Okay, I have the list of questions here. What is your favorite aspect about playing with Riley? Okay, this is a great question that I love to dwell on, and I think about this daily, actually. Hello, new viewers, by the way. I hope that you're having a great day. Riley, it was, oh, sorry, he's in the shower, clipping his nails at the moment. I'm addressing a question about you on YouTube Live. They're talking mad mess, dude. You should come out. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing but good things. No, so Riley is, first off, like whenever I started playing, like probably three or 4 years ago in doubles, him and Roscoe Nelms were like apex predators, and they're still unbelievable. And I'm actually like got a lot of like the way that I play the game from watching Ross play. I think he's one of the best hand setters I've ever seen. The like discipline that he brings and his experience, and he has a really healthy like fire in the midst of a game that I really admire and have tried to make my own. But watching them play was like, I was really that was just like an unattainable, like it was just beyond my scope and imagination of being able to play with one of them at the time that I started. I just knew that I wanted to play the best people I could as fast as I could, because I was addicted to just achieving as much as I could. And I knew that playing the best people, I would eventually, something would rub off on me. So my favorite part about Riley, about playing with Riley, is that it's a privilege, because it was like so unattainable, but now it is attainable. And I got to play with Ross as well, and South Padre Island. And both of those achievements were just like really big time for me, and I really admire both of them. But another thing is back to what we linked in earlier, was Riley's emotional intelligence, and he's incredibly true to himself on the court, and that makes all that he says very like have a lot of weight. So like if I'm on the court, I'm like having a couple of bad like plays, or like I'm struggling siding out, anything in that realm, it will be very true whenever he says, hey, I believe in you, or something encouraging, right? Because it's coming from fullness of himself that he's speaking that, because he'll also tell you honestly how he's feeling on the other end of it. It's like, hey, you need to play better, which I love as well. That is motivating. But also he's hilarious. Like as an individual, like he's so intelligent that he takes bits and pieces of things that he remembers, and then just will randomly interject things into a situation that are just so funny, and takes pressure off of situations, and is very freeing and fun. And he's been one of my great friends for a couple of years, and I'm really honored to have the privilege to play with him and continue to play with him. He has such similar like goals and drives to me, and he's been diligent and faithful to train. I love that as well. We're all like really in one accord with our, I guess, regimens and our styles of like training and pursuit, which is really freeing to me, because I can just run like full speed in double, because I need someone who has a similar aim and goal, or else I can't play one-on-one at the level that I want to play. Which is tough. On that grind, baby. Yes, sir. Next question. What actor would you choose to play you in a documentary about yourself? Mark Wahlberg, hands down. He is the youngest of a lot of children. The Other Guys by Mark Wahlberg is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my whole life. I love his sense of humor. It's like, it can be dry, it can be dark, it can be like light and funny, but he's just himself the whole time, and I appreciate that about him. And he's a cool dude. Next question. If you only could pass, set, or hit for the rest of your life, what would you choose? I would choose pass, because you can jump bump and you can bump kill. And I feel like to be able to have the trifecta of things that you need to be able to potentially score a point, I could most effectively find a pass, but it would be much more dominance establishing, if I could set everything, that would probably be my go-to choice at my most confident level. Next question. Are there more wheels or doors in the world? This is clearly a trick question because wheels lead you to doors, and you exit doors to find wheels. So this is an endlessly revolving cycle that will lead to nothing but argument and malice. I'm just kidding. I actually have no idea. Favorite venue to play at? Great question. So I love Mangoes in Louisiana. Phenomenal place to play. Just played recently at the Island in Denver, and that place was phenomenal. Like, if I could mentally like make my dream facility, that place is pretty stinking close to that. Like, just beautiful venue, great area. There's an acai bowl place right around the corner, which is a huge staple of my diet. Huge fan of all of those things. Yes, I love that. Thank you for everyone who's watched and for everyone who's liked. If you have not subscribed to the channel, if you would do that, that would be helpful for me. And thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. I'm very grateful for you. Do I know how to knit? That is my next question. I know the basics of knitting because of the YouTube videos that I've watched in my mild flames of desire that I've had in the past, I guess, jokingly toward knitting, but I do hope to pursue that in my 50 plus pickleball career heyday. So put a pin in that. For whoever wants to knit in the future, hit me up, biggest pet peeve. I'd say that, hold on, let me come back to that one. I will need to dwell on that because it's easy for me to think of good things, but hard to think of bad things sometimes. Favorite pregame, postgame snack. Pregame, for sure, acai bowls. Love acai bowls. If that counts as a snack. If that doesn't count as a snack, I will take either Pop-Tarts or gummy bears. Huge fan of both of those. Post-game snack, I love, there are these yogurt-covered pretzels at Buc-ee's. Oh, goodness, they're so good. I have gained a significant amount of weight from those things, and I'm in pure bliss because they are amazing. Two truths and a lie. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica is non-fictional, so there you go. Why is water wet? Because whenever you jump in water with your clothes on, your clothes weigh you down. And it is really tough for me to find validity in water not being wet because it would have to deny itself. So that's ultimately presentation of argument. But I think that both the people that I've discussed this with bring up valid points, and I respect, but do I revere that point? It's going to be tough for me to find that reverence. Next is, so I had a dear friend of mine, instead of writing a question, he just said that he was proud of me. And that person being Logan Weber, I will shout you out because you're amazing. Which brings me to another question of people that I admire in the AVP tour. So Logan, he's very approachable and very kind-hearted. And he has a lot of qualities that off the court and on the court produce excellence that I really appreciate, and I want to be like him when I grow up. Sean Cook is another one. Very powerful play style, a lot like Ross Nelms. That is just electric and draws people in that I really want to adopt to my own game. Adam Johnson, I think Karch Karai was right whenever he said he has the best arm swing ever. I'm have watched an intense amount of his film to try to adopt what he's doing, and I still need to work on it. And I love that I still have stuff to work on, or else it would be kind of boring. Carly Khan, the way that she plays and the joy that she brings to the game is huge fan of hers, and she's like off the court is a great person. Her and Tanner, I respect them so much. Who else is really, really amazing? There are so many great people in this like pursuit, and also Will Moda. Okay, he's not in the AVP, but one of the funniest people I know. Love him so much as a brother. Let me just think of people that are really, really like Karch Karai. I think his passing platform, but it was more how present he was during the game, and his ability to be himself so much that he won consistently and excellently. He was the best passer I've ever seen. I really liked Mike Dodd's ability to draw a crowd in. Ed Ratledge. So I got to watch him a couple times, and the way that he like connects to a crowd and like draws people in. He's like played in people's hats that were on the side that offered in their house. Like he's so joyous and just brings something infectious that I love to feel compassionately for of him and want to be like him. I really like Cody Caldwell's jump serve. I like Chase Frischman's like his patience on defense, but he doesn't lack a like power behind his patience. It's like he's fluid, but also incredibly like powerful, like a wave, which I really like. And defensively, I've been trying to adopt what he's been able to bring as far as how like free and creative he is in that space. I think it is awesome, and being able to compassionately see the attacker and be able to put yourself en route to make a collision with the ball that they eventually hit very hard. Where's Offley? Who else is amazing? Andy Benesh, incredibly kind and like sweethearted guy, but also like a warrior on the court, which I love, like having that like that balance, and it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Like it can be one person. I think he's going to be one of the best players to ever play this game. His ability to hand set, his age and longevity, his ability to connect and market off of the court. Like he's just a kind, very under thing in this game, because you need them to be able to play it too on sport. Another person I think is going to be one of the best to ever play this game. His like professionalism makes me so happy. Like the way that he breaks down the game, the way that he like disciplines himself so much. Like watching it, I watched 2 of his games while I flew today. Him and Paul Lottman, who's awesome. He was Miles probably had he had so many options from the right side that hit directly in the corner against Taylor Crabb and Taylor Saunders, who are amazing players as well. But just like he is methodical, but he doesn't not enjoy it. Like it makes me happy that he has both the joy that that his career needs to sustain, while also this ultra discipline to be a mover and a shaker and someone who changes the entire meta of the game. And I really admire and respect him very much. I'm so sad if I miss somebody that I really admire. I admire something about most of the players, if not all. Miles Evans, I think he contacts the ball at such a high point and is intentional with his crafting of the ball, which I've tried to adopt the way that he makes contact and moves, and his vision is really intelligent and awesome. Leela, oh my goodness, one of my favorite players in this league. The way that it's like the sand helps him move. It's like he moves at such a low center of gravity. He's able to pack the sand and move the most efficiently I've seen him and Chase are just like I don't even know how to describe their movement patterns, but it's so efficient and graceful and powerful to be able to get to where they want to go and create a powerful result. Peter Connell, if I'm butchering your last name, I'm so sorry. Truly one of my favorite people in this league. So peaceful and excellent. Him and his mom, who I love. Peter is he has the disciplines of a defender and all the shots that come with someone of a smaller size, and then plays it efficiently in the powerful frame that is him, which makes him a weapon that is fun to watch. And his hand setting is fearless. I think fearless is a great descriptor of his game as a whole. If I did not get to your question, or if I missed it for some reason, let me know, and I would love to circle back to it. But in the meantime, thank you. I appreciate you taking time and joining me here in our little days in cover before we play. We play at 8 Eastern time tomorrow, so that should be 7 o'clock Texas time. And then I would need to double check in the, West Coast to be able to know. But if you're in Texas, please watch at 7 or whenever you wake up. Please get some rest. It is very valuable. But thank you for your time. Thank you for all the support. And I wouldn't be able to YouTube Live without 50 plus subscribers. And we have almost triple that now. And I'm so grateful. And I hope you join us. And I hope our stream doesn't have any difficulties tomorrow that we can't overcome. And I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend and a fun and enjoyable one. And I hope to see you soon. And I will hopefully figure out how to turn this stream off whenever I'm done. See you soon, everyone.